Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Experience memories that will last forever on a Sun Chaser pontoon boat from Bob File Boats and Motors. If you're looking to get out fishing with your buddies or just enjoying time on the water with friends, a Sun Chaser pontoon boat is a great choice. Owning a Sun Chaser is more than just an incredible feeling of freedom and exhilaration. It's about taking that indulgence to the next level. See the full line of Sun Chaser pontoon boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The former director of Bonaventure Senior Living in East Wenatchee is suing the Senior Living Service, saying he was fired about raising concerns about operations there. Home prices and sales continue to slide in the latest real estate snapshot for the Wenatchee market. And a chance for showers with normal highs tomorrow before we get to near 90 degrees by this weekend. The Cashmere River rafter who died Thursday when his craft overturned in the Wenatchee River died from underlying health issues that were complicated by his immersion in the icy water. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris identified the man as 46-year-old Robert M. Mike Spurrell of Cashmere. Rescuers say they were unable to revive Spurrell after he accidentally spilled him and 6 fellow rafters into the river near Dryden about 4:15 p.m. Spurrell and his companions were all wearing personal flotation devices and wetsuits. 2 raft occupants helped pull Spurrell to shore after they noticed him in distress. 4 others emerged from the river farther downstream without assistance. Harris said his apparent cause of death was due to known health issues, which were exacerbated by the accident. The river temperature that day was measured at 46 degrees Fahrenheit. A section of Highway 28 was closed for an hour Friday afternoon after a 3-car crash near Rock Island. At about 1:23 p.m., all 3 vehicles were westbound on Highway 28 at Rock Island Avenue, where a construction flagger at westbound lane stopped for maintenance. The first of the vehicles, a 23 Honda Pilot, caused a chain reaction when it hit a 2019 CR-V in the rear, which then hit a 2014 Chevy Silverado also in the rear. All 3 cars came to a rest in the westbound lanes. The driver and 1 passenger on the Honda CR-V were transported to Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee, where there were no other injuries to occupants of the other vehicles. A Cashmere man is seeking to head off his second trial on a charge of rape. Blake Alexander Badgley was 20 years old when he was arrested for allegedly having sex with a sleeping woman at a party in Monitor in 2018. At his Chelan County trial 3 years later, a jury acquitted Badgley of third-degree rape, but could not reach a verdict on a charge of second-degree rape. Badgley's lawyer, Jeremy Burke, asked the State Court of Appeals in Spokane not to allow a retrial on that charge, saying it amounts to unconstitutional double jeopardy.
There was no contested issue as to the state. There was no contested issue as to sexual intercourse taking place. The contested issue, her testimony was that she was asleep and woke up during sexual intercourse taking place. Mr. Badgley's testimony, as presented by the state through a statement made to law enforcement, was that they had gone to sleep early in the late at night, and then they woke up earlier in the morning, so further into the evening morning. They woke up, and after they both woke up, then they engaged in sexual intercourse. So the disputed issue the jury had to decide was whether or not she was sleeping. And that is because they returned a verdict of not guilty.
The law regarding rape 2 and rape 3 is almost mutually exclusive. One deals with capacity and an inability to communicate which is the definition of physically helpless. And that's contrasted entirely from what's required of rape 3 at the time, which was a clear expression of lack of consent, which needed to be communicated either through words or conduct. I mean, you really can have one, but you can't have the other simultaneously.
The former director of Bonaventure Senior Living in East Wenatchee is suing the senior living service, saying he was fired for raising concerns about operations there. Peyton Bangert filed suit May 1st in Douglas County Court alleging unlawful retaliation. He was fired 1 year ago. He says his dismissal came about because he warned of critically low staffing levels at the senior care center and told the State Department of Social and Health Services not to place any more residents at Bonaventure because of the shortage. The Bonaventure Residential Care Network is based out of Salem, Oregon. The company has not yet filed a response to Banger's lawsuit. When we come back, Chelan County has settled a multi-million-dollar lawsuit from a Chelan winery which accused the Community Development Office of interfering with its permitting process. Prices and sales continue to slide in the latest real estate snapshot from Pacific Appraisal Associates. And Senator Maria Cantwell has called on President Joe Biden to prioritize federal funding to help combat the growing crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous people in Washington state. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Get ready for your Memorial Day camping experience at Click It RV Moses Lake. We've got the lowest price on any RVs in the Pacific Northwest, featuring Grand Design and Flagstaff, and including Solitude, Momentum Toy Haulers, Reflection, Imagine, and Transcend. It's Click It RV's on-site pricing sale, May 4th to the 14th. Click It RV is offering an exclusive 4.99% interest, plus receive a Furman 3600-watt generator with every purchase. So don't miss the on-site pricing sale right here at your neighborhood Click It RV on Frontage Road.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Chelan County has settled a multi-million-dollar lawsuit from a Chelan winery which accused the Community Development Office of interfering with its permitting process. Karma Vineyards had sought more than $3 million in its 2020 court action, saying the county unlawfully tried to revoke permits for the restaurant that's operated at that winery since 2012. The settlement, signed last week by county commissioners, allows Karma to resubmit the relevant permit applications and to continue its operations during the approval process. In exchange, all legal claims between Karma and the county will be withdrawn from court. Prices and sales continue to slide in the latest real estate snapshot from Pacific Appraisal Associates. The median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market last month dropped 10% to $440,000. That's compared to $490,000 in April of 2022. Meanwhile, total home sales were also down 39% at 51 sold. 83 homes were sold in April of 2022. As is the trend, active listings were way up compared to last year, with 113 homes listed last month and 57 listed in April of 2022. The Wenatchee real estate market consists of the cities of Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, Malaga, Orondo, and Rock Island. Senator Maria Cantwell has called on President Joe Biden to prioritize federal funding to help combat the growing crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous people in Washington state. On Friday, Cantwell spoke at a press conference held on the National Day of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and People, where she announced she sent a letter to the president asking for more resources. The letter comes days after a Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee hearing where Cantwell questioned Secretary of the Interior Deb Haaland about if the state would benefit from having federal resources devoted to the cold cases. The letter specifically calls for Biden to secure additional agents for the missing and murdered unit for the state of Washington. As of May 1st, the Washington State Patrol says there are 142 unsolved cases with an Indigenous victim. Coming up next, we will bring you a highlight reel of the big winners from this year's Apple Blossom Grand Parade in tonight's feature story. Expect temperatures around normal tomorrow before a huge warm-up begins by midweek with temperatures near 90 on Mother's Day. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Hi everybody, Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
We here at the NCWLIFE channel hope you enjoyed the 2023 Apple Blossom Festival and particularly the Stamilk Growers Grand Parade, which we brought to you live on Saturday. Each parade is also a contest with different floats and entries competing for honors from judging panels. In tonight's features story, here's our highlight reel of the big winners from this year's procession. Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your weekend was a good one. Kind of a mixed bag weather-wise. It was a little cool with some clouds, but all in all, not a bad weekend to end our Apple Blossom Festival. And today we had more of those clouds. Boy, some dark clouds around noontime into 1 o'clock. So a lot of the foothills around the Wenatchee Valley picked up some rain showers today. Not so much here in the valley, but it made for a beautiful shot from our PTZ camera that's up on Wenatchee Heights. Today's high temperatures, not too bad, 66 degrees. It's still slightly below where we should be. Our normal high now is 70 degrees. Record high, 1987. We were at 93 degrees. 50 this morning, so we started off on the mild spot. 50 is above 47 where we should be for this time of year. A record cold, 35, and that was set back in 2002. Sunrise 5:34 this morning, and the sun sets tonight at 8:22. All right, let's get you into tomorrow's weather. It's going to be a lot like today. In fact, a lot like today, with a chance for those rain showers rumbling around during our afternoon hours, but temperature-wise, not terrible. Mid-60s in the Columbia Basin, 66 for Ephrata and Quincy. Believe it or not, we are going to be warmer back to the west and north. Usually the Columbia Basin is warmer, but 68s for Wenatchee, Eniat, 69 in Chelan, and 70 up in Omak for a high temperature tomorrow. And folks, we are really going to get warm as we get into the end of the week. Let's take a look at tonight now. We do expect partly to mostly cloudy skies, not ruling out an isolated shower around parts of our viewing area tonight. A high pressure is in control, but an area of low pressure still moving through. We're talking low temperatures tonight, primarily in those upper 40s. Getting into Tuesday, here's the top of our next ridge of high pressure. It will slide into the Pacific Northwest, but before it does, we are going to see about a 30% chance of rain. Boy, it'll be very scattered in central Washington. High temperatures tomorrow, like today, into the upper 60s. And then for Wednesday, here comes that sunshine. Mostly sunny on Wednesday. Maybe a few high clouds then, with high temperatures warming into the low and even mid 70s around our area. And we're going to continue with that trend as this high pressure ridge continues to build on Thursday. Sunny skies. We're talking high temperatures in the upper 70s, clear all up and down the west coast. And notice those orange colors. That's 70s and even into 80s. And we're going to be seeing a lot of that as we make our way into the weekend. Friday, sunny and even a little bit warmer. We're talking lower 80s as we move into Friday. And that's almost all of central and eastern Washington. Even warmer as we get into Mother's Day weekend. Saturday, just unseasonably warm all over Washington and the entire west coast with those very warm temperatures. For Mother's Day, the warmest day. Sunny, maybe a little bit breezy because low pressure's here, high pressure here, and that does kind of kick up our winds. But look at those temperatures. We are talking highs on Sunday near 90 degrees. We might be setting some records by the time we get into the first part of next week. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 47 overnight tonight, not ruling out a stray shower or thunder shower overnight. Same thing for tomorrow. We'll have showers, maybe a thunderstorm, a 30% chance of that, and 68. And then there is that warm up as we get into the end of the week. 73 Wednesday, Thursday 78, into the 80s on Friday and Saturday. And look what happens on Mother's Day Sunday. High temperatures expected to reach 89 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held June 24th, 2023. Pick your thrill from 4 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, the Lake Loop, or the Butte Blast. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan 2023, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
Coming this May to the stunning mountain town of Leavenworth, Washington, imagine Rotary Reimagined, a new way to conference. Imagine you here experiencing the live community impact event, the Team Design Challenge, life-changing presentations from mountaineering legend Ed Viesters and Olympic gold medalist Keegan Randall, a private concert appearance by the award-winning Paperboys. Imagine the impact of reimagining Rotary for good and for all. Coming May 19th through the 21st. Register today for discounted pricing at rotaryreimagined.com.
7 different players scored goals for the Kraken Sunday and a 7-2 win over Dallas in Game 3 of their Stanley Cup playoff series. After a scoreless first period, Jordan Eberle lit the lamp just over 2 minutes into the second frame that started an avalanche for the Kraken to take a 2-1 series lead.
Good stick at the top of the blue paint. Cartier fires, blocked it again to Heiskanen, and the loose puck is put in. Seattle has the lead. Stretch pass, Schwartz turns the corner, enters, Wenberg scores! Nato picks up the loose puck, backhands it to the line. Susie delays, deeks to the outside, drives in, scores! Veneers comes away with it, moves in, snaps one, scores! Suter tried to twist it back in. It hit Wenberg. Then it's right on the stick of Donato. Donato centers. Marchment scores! And here's Donato. Oh, the quick counter. Donato moving in. Donato bouncing puck. Rebound score! That pass deflected. Tanev steps up. With only Suter back. Tanev across. Score! Stars and Kraken will be on ESPN on Tuesday night after the Hurricanes-Devils game, and then Wednesday night the Panthers looking to clinch the series, but Dallas off the face-off gets a goal back here.
Schwartz wanted on the far side post.
Schultz scores! The Seattle Kraken win Game 3.
Seattle ended up scoring 5 goals in that second period, and Coach Dave Haxtell says it was about capitalizing on home ice advantage.
Well, I mean, that's obviously a big piece of the game. That it's, what is it, 7-8 minutes that we, able to get 4. That doesn't happen very often. That's great momentum in the building. That's we're able to harness some of that energy in the building. Reality is, second period, I mean, they had a lot of opportunities as well. If you look at, we gave up way too much off a transition and not taking care of the puck. But the positive is, the things that we did offensively and executed and found a way to build that lead. That's it's a huge positive.
Manny Beniers scored his second goal of the playoffs in that second frame and says he and his teammates fed off the Kraken crowd at Climate Pledge Arena.
Last series was kind of my first glimpse of it, but you get one in your own building, the crowd starts going nuts. You get some real momentum, get on your toes. The other team is kind of sitting back a little bit. Obviously it's tough, then you just start popping them in. We kind of had our taste of that when we were in Colorado last series, and we definitely capitalized on the momentum today.
Jordan Eberle helped tip the scales in Seattle's favor with his 4th goal of the playoffs and said the momentum of the first period carried through to the second.
You know what? The first period, we liked our pace. We were skating, and I think that's the biggest thing. We knew that we just needed to keep going and find a way. Obviously, I think the biggest thing from our team all year has been just our depth. Obviously, you get scoring like that from every line. That's huge. So, we obviously need that win.
Seattle and Dallas meet again tomorrow night at 6:30. The game will be broadcast on ESPN. Well, Bryce Miller won his first Major League game, and Justin Topa picked up his first Major League save in Seattle's 3-1 win over Houston Sunday. Miller was stellar over 6 innings on the mound, while Julio Rodriguez helped out offensively with his longest home run of his career as Seattle took 2 of 3 from the defending champions.
Julio tees off. There it goes. Watch it fly. Julio. 111, 454.
And right on cue, Aaron, we talked about Belak trying to pitch him in. He missed. Knew he was going to get something out over the plate. Slider left it up in the strike zone.
Oh, right past Abreu. Suarez is coming around. The Mariners capitalize on this as Cal Raleigh slides into second. They tack on another run. And now, well, oh, they call a balk. They call a balk. It brings home the Mariners' third run. This is out to right field. Kelnick charging. Kelnick diving. Kelnick making the catch. Strike three called. This game is over. The Mariners win it, and they take the first series of the season against the Astros.
Manager Scott Service says Mariner pitching from start to finish continues to impress, especially against the Astros.
Thought we played really good baseball all weekend. Outside of a late home run in game one, we're right there. And today was about pitching. First major league win, Bryce Miller, pretty awesome. He continues to do his thing, and very impressive, I have to say. We've gotten spoiled with Logan and George here recently, but what Bryce Miller has done and added to our rotation has just been awesome. Very aggressive, a ton of confidence. He's not backing off, and that's kind of his team he grew up, watching as a kid. The Astros, and it's hard. You want to get pumped up, and he was certainly fired up and ready to go today.
Seattle welcomes Texas to town tonight at 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the East Wenatchee soccer teams will split the regular season Big Nine title after wins on Friday. Eastmont edged Davis in East Wenatchee Friday 2-1, while Wenatchee traveled to Eisenhower and picked up a 2-0 victory. The two teams end the regular season with the same record and split their season series, but the Wildcats get the #1 seed to district because of a point system. Davis settles for third and will host Moses Lake tomorrow night in a district play-in game at 6 o'clock. Wenatchee and Eastmont will play for the district championship Thursday night at 6 o'clock, and we'll have that game live on the NCWLIFE channel with Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen on the call at Wildcat Stadium. We'll have our pregame at 5:50 on Facebook with a broadcast on TV starting at 6:30. The District 6 1AB tournament began with play-in games on Saturday. Chelan ended Liberty Bell season 2-1, while Manson stopped Cashmere 1-0. Their tournament continues Wednesday with Chelan at Okanagan at 4:30, while Tonasket hosts Manson in loser-out games. The district semifinals will be played in the Apple Bowl with Quincy facing Bridgeport at 6, followed by Cascade and Brewster at 8 o'clock. Well, West Valley completed a 3-game sweep of Moses Lake Friday by taking both ends of a doubleheader, 7-0 and 5-1. That gives the Rams the regular season Big Nine title, and they'll host the district championship on Friday. Another action Friday, Wenatchee split with Davis, winning the opener 5-3, but dropping the nightcap 6-5. Eastmont swept Sunnyside 10-6 and 14-4. That sets up the district play-in games tomorrow as Eastmont hosts Eisenhower, while Wenatchee plays at Davis at 5 o'clock. Quincy extended its season Saturday in the District 6 1A tournament with a 5-2 win over Omak. Okanagan ended Manson's season in the District 6 2B tournament by a score of 4-1. Waterville-Mansfield swept a doubleheader from Moses Lake Christian Saturday, 25-12 and 18-5. The District 6 1A tournament concludes today in Ephrata with Cashmere facing Chelan for the championship. The loser of that game will turn around and face Quincy tonight at 7 o'clock. The 2B tournament continues today with Lake Roosevelt playing at Tonasket. The winner of today's game will play at Liberty Bell tomorrow at 4:30. District championship is tomorrow in Brewster, where the Bears will host Okanagan. Turning to fast pitch softball, Eastmont and Moses Lake remain unbeaten in Big Nine play as the Wildcats swept Sunnyside 14-2 and 15-1. The Mavericks took down West Valley 13-0 and 20-3. Wenatchee, meanwhile, swept Davis 11-1 and 25-5. Saturday saw the Shockers Waterville-Mansfield fall on the road at Northport 14-4. Ephrata swept Prosser 13-3 and 16-0. In the first round of the District 2B tournament, Oroville topped Liberty Bell 20-5. Their tournament will resume tomorrow with Oroville playing at Tonasket at 4:30, while Liberty Bell visits Lake Roosevelt. That's a look at sports news for a Monday. Have a good one.
On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we're getting an early start for fundraising for Wenatchee Valley's 4th, our annual Independence Day celebration at Walla Walla Point Park. Kelly Kennedy will be my guest, and we're talking about
the 4th of July.
It's time to raise that money. We talked about this before. If everybody who enjoys the show puts a little money into the kitty, Kelly will never have to do my show again.
Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? I mean, I love you, Dan, but, you know, we could meet somewhere else,
That's
you know,
true.
do something else rather than sitting in this green room.
Let's make this baby happen. All right. Kelly Kennedy from Impact Events on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night. For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.
The French Riviera, home to A-list vacation destinations, a gorgeous coastline, and so many water adventures. That's me, Elizabeth, and today I'm exploring the south of France with my friends Garrett Clayton and Jennifer Veal. We'll stop in Saint-Tropez and see all the sights.
When I think of the French Riviera, I think of all the cafes lined up along the water.
And make some incredible discoveries on the water.
I'm about to go flyboarding in my superhero suit.
Then we're off to admire those amazing yachts via boat, of course.
Do you see that beautiful boat behind us?
Oh, that one's huge.
And then it's on to see the Principality of Monaco.
We are about to get on this big red Monaco bus and go take a city tour.
Before Jen and I go exploring in Monte Carlo.
Right now we are in Port Hercules where all the big yachts are.
It's an epic adventure in the French Riviera that you definitely